but then going on to seek actually making good on what his vision has been all along. The idea of taking the homogenized studio-produced music and trying to wipe that away from the world, but then going a step further and trying to make music the universal language. I mean, that's what we refer to it as in our real world. We refer to it as that because music can bridge continental, societal, language divides of all, makes and models, really. The same piece of music, especially one that doesn't have, lyrics attached to it, but it can even be the case with lyrics. These pieces, these wondrous sounds can encapsulate so much emotion and so much imagination and so much heart and soul. People from completely different sides of our planet can hear the same piece of music and be so moved and find a common ground in their love and their passion for that. And this is kind of something that Bach-sama speciously thinks is wrong. It's not enough. He wants to make it a language for all, the only language to be in existence for not only humankind, but for animals, for nature, all this kind of stuff. This will be the one sole way anyone, any human, any being, even aliens from above, from other worlds, would be able to communicate any longer. Now, on the one hand, idealistically, that would solve a lot of the world's problems for sure. If we could all communicate, if there wasn't that, communicative divide the world over, and we could understand things on the same level, maybe we would be less disposed to fighting and less disposed to having wars and all this kind of stuff. Not necessarily in all cases, but I think it would push us leaps and bounds ahead of the game as far as attaining some level of peace. But we would also lose so much. We would lose so much of our souls, our heart and souls, our imaginations, our logical faculties, everything that is attached in any way, shape, or form to the human condition, to the passion that we feel. Joy, sadness can bring us back to music. Music can instill us with joy and sadness. It's a circle. And there's something to be said, as Kanai puts forth, reflecting back on her grandmother and the loss of her. She would celebrate some of her happiest moments with her granddaughter by playing these classical pieces of music. This is something she remembers very fondly about her grandmother. And I reflected back on my own passion for music. I mean, there are songs that immediately instill in me a memory of a particular time and place, or a memory of a person, or even if not attached to memories, I'm brought forth to this wondrous, imaginative world in my mind of emotion, and I can picture things, especially as a creator myself, as a writer, as a very imaginative, visually so kind of person. I can almost watch entire moviescapes in my mind when I hear certain pieces of music. Again, whether that fall back on memory, whether that just be the creative, artistic part of myself. I mean, everybody loves music in some estimation. There's so many different kinds of music, so many different genres, so many different styles. There's literally something for everybody. I have rarely heard anyone that I've ever encountered say they didn't like some type of music. Maybe one or two people in the history of my life have I ever heard there was no particular music they were that interested in. But I love Beethoven's supposition, calling back on the gyoza, that music is not just the musical melodies, the pieces that can sweep us away with this passion, with this imagination. Anything creative, anything that lights that fire in your soul. If you're standing over a stove and you're cooking a meal that you are transfixed by, you're lost in putting all the ingredients together and feeling just so robust about the creation of this process, in a sense, it's the musical notes coming together, colliding and creating something beautiful. And so music transcends just the sounds you hear on the radio, just the sounds on your phonograph, just the sounds of your CD player. Music, the emotion that it embodies, goes beyond all of that. It can be attributed to anything, to anyone and anything. And it was such a profound thing, and I'm so glad it was Beethoven who brought this forth.